Check. What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Corpus Christi Originals podcast. I'm here in the Ridin High Studios with DJ King. How you doing, man?
Hey, what's good? What's good? It's your boy DJ Lil King, Riding High Podcast in the building, Riding High with DJ Lil King, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we in this thing, Corpus Christi Originals, you know what I'm saying? Got my dude Jesus up in here. Shout out to the rest of the Riding High crew, wherever y'all at, man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we in this thing, man.
Yeah, man. So this is the on the road portion of the Corpus Christi Originals podcast, and I reached out, and then Cree was like, "You need to stop by the Riding High podcast."
Already.
And you were like, "Come back over here, bro."
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That was dope, dude. Yeah. So DJ King, man, if for the people that don't know who you are, you could you introduce yourself?
My name, like I said, DJ Lil King. My government name is Derek Boston. I grew up on the west side of Corpus Christi before eventually moving to the south side of Corpus Christi. I was raised in between my parents and my grandparents, you know what I'm saying? So growing up, lived on the south side growing up, and then we moved to the west, lived on the west for a little while, lived on the south. Man, I've lived back and forth between everywhere besides the Flower Bluff, north side, and the east side of Corpus. So basically between Molina and Crestmont is where I spent my upbringings. I went to Carl Allen Elementary, which is part of the West Oso School District. I went to West Oso Junior High School, and I went to West Oso High School for 9th grade, and then I went to Carroll High School for 10th grade. Then I went to Carroll High School for the start of 11th grade and went back to West Oso for, I don't know, it's all mixed. I was back and forth between Carroll and West Oso. So I would go like half a semester to one school and go half a semester to another school, and then I would start failing, so my peoples would send me back to West Oso, all types, you know what I'm saying? So that type of stuff.
Damn, so what did that teach you? Like different environments? Like
Yeah, straight up, because at West Oso High School, that was a school of like, and you gotta remember, like I said, I went to West Oso like from elementary to like, well, I started going to West Oso in 5th grade. So 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, these are all my classmates. And I get to West Oso High School, and between the freshman and senior classes, West Oso only had maybe like 450 kids. So then whenever after I leave West Oso High School after the first semester and I go to Carroll for a second semester of high school, and I get to Carroll, and Carroll literally probably at that point had like 1,800 kids.
Oh, shoot.
The freshman class alone was like all of West Oso's population.
Damn, so it's like, how do you go about making friends over there?
Yeah,
Damn.
well, this is the good thing though about Carroll, because I went to Castores Elementary whenever I was younger. So Castores Elementary, it feeds into to Carroll High School, but whatever, depending on what middle school you end up going to, which was like Tom Brown, South Park, or whatever, or Grant. A lot of those kids that I went to elementary school, I went to Castores from like 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade before we went to West Oso. Mm-hmm. So whenever I went back to Carroll, I still knew a few people that had made it to Carroll from like Castores Elementary.
Yeah.
So shout out to my homeboy DJ Rakage, my homeboy Rico. He was one of the, like, he was, man, I've known him. My dad and his dad were like real good friends. So I've known him since we were kids. So whenever he found out, like, we never went to school together. I never told him I was checking in to Carroll. So whenever he saw me, like the first day that I was actually on campus walking around, he like had to do a double take, and he was like, what the fuck you doing here? I'm like, bro, I checked in. He's like, you fucking lied. I'm like, yeah. He's like, no more West Oso. I'm like, nah, I'm here now. He's like, bro, hell yeah, it's about to go down.
Damn, that's what's up, dude.
Yeah,
I can relate to that. I went to Robert Wilson, and then same thing when I went to Ray. I seen some kids from Robert Wilson. I'm like, dang, what? They look the same. I mean,
for
look
sure.
the same,
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
For sure.
Yeah, so man, you're really into music. You got this Riding High thing going, man. And you're really into music. What was music like in your household? I know you live with your grandparents kind of the majority of the time, but were they listening did you listen to what they were listening to, or?
Definitely. And I would say, like, growing up with, like, when I lived with my mom and dad from whenever I was born to probably like I was like 11. So from during that time, I'm listening to like Z95. So we're hearing like the rap music that's on the radio. My people didn't really have money to just be going record shopping and stuff like that. So whenever income tax season would come, then my dad might go get some new records or something, new cassettes or something like that. So he was what was my dad on? Let me think. He was on like a lot of old school stuff. We would listen to like a lot of Isley Brothers and like a lot of Jodeci, R&B and stuff like that. And whenever it was, my dad didn't really listen to rap that much.
What about like disco? Not so much like disco type stuff?
This is where it gets, because I ain't gonna say disco, but whenever I end up moving in with my grandparents, we would take like, and I didn't even realize this, bro, like until I get older, like whenever I was younger, I went out of town a lot. So whenever I was younger, I was always going to San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, Austin. And I didn't realize like till I got older, like a lot of people don't travel like that.
Yeah,
like some people's parents don't even have cars to go to the grocery store, much less San Antonio, stuff like that. On those trips that I would take with my grandparents, they were always listening to the blues.
Wow.
So that's how like blues isn't necessarily disco, but it's like kind of around that same era. So I came up on like Johnny Taylor, like Marvin Cease and Bobby Blue Bland and like
guitar players.
Yeah, for damn sure. You know what I'm saying? Like a whole bunch of like blues, guitar playing blues, chitlin circuit music is what they would call it.
That's interesting, bro. I'm a guitar player. And do you think like, I guess your culture has forgotten about the guitar? Like, because a lot of those blues players were like black dudes.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And a lot of those old blues players didn't even they were either played or wrote for a lot of the popular white artists, and didn't even get credited. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it was back in those days.
Oh, yeah, shoot,
for sure.
Do you see that in the music culture nowadays? As far as like, you know, black dudes writing stuff and then, you know, credit. I mean,
thing is now you got to have like all your publishing and all that stuff like down. So it's all about having like your writer's credentials, your publishing credentials and all that stuff. And that's based upon individual. Like you got to have your stuff. You got to have your stuff in order for yourself. You can't expect nobody else to have your music business in order. The only person that has your best interests when it comes to this music stuff is yourself. So if you write a song for someone, it's on you to make sure that you get those proper writer credits, because in the music game, it sucks to say it, but it's an ugly business. And it might be your homeboy who you wrote the song for, but he don't give you credit. And now he's taking 100% of the song. And it happens all the time. Now you and your homeboy done had a fallout because he done made millions off this song. And
damn,
all he gave you was $50 to help him write it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Do you even think that there is money in the music industry? Because it seems like only a certain few make it quote unquote, you know what I mean? But
I think there's money in the music game if you're doing it like independently and you could build up like a cult following independently. Now you could get signed by a record label and they'll probably give you like a huge advance, which you can consider that money, but most of that money, I ain't gonna say most of it, you owe all that money that they gave you in an advance is what you owe them. Plus more probably, you know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So as an independent, I say if you could build up maybe like a cult following of maybe like 50,000 fans, and let's just say you drop a project and you release that project for $9.99, $10, and let's just say only 1,000 out of the 50,000 people that follow you buy it. If you get 1,000 people to buy that, you done made $10,000.
Assuming they're buying physical products
or a digital copy. You can sell a digital copy online for $9.99. That's what I was thinking. A physical copy, we finna sell that for about $15, $20. Depending on how many songs on there, you know what I'm saying?
Do you think that's come back, the physical
copy? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like the definitely the albums, the CDs. Hopefully the CDs will make a return, but I'm definitely seeing like a huge return on like the vinyl. Like you see a lot of artists pressing up like vinyl copies nowadays, even though they ain't pressing up CDs or cassette. They still press up them vinyl copies.
Oh, for sure.
And they're always like a limited number. They always like be like a specialized vinyl, like marbleized or something all crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, man, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you think, man, wow, there's a lot packed in there, bro.
Yeah.
Damn. Do you think that
I think it's all about how you package it now, bro. Like you can and I feel like if it's an artist that you really like, and let's just say you're a huge Wu-Tang fan. Wu-Tang comes out with a new album and they drop it online.
Yeah.
But they also drop it on vinyl.
Yes.
And they also give you a poster and a t-shirt with it.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Inside of a collector's edition box. They could sell that for $100 because a true Wu-Tang fan isn't going to be like, I ain't paying $100 for that shit. They're going to look at that like, I'm going to be one of the 1,000 people who own that.
Wow.
So I'm going to get that.
That's crazy, bro.
Because that's how I look at collector's items. When I see something that's like, I got a book that was a collector's edition. Shout out to Lance Scott Walker and Peter Best. They had wrote a book a while back called Houston Rap Tapes. And then they did like a special edition that came with like vinyls and posters and pictures and all that. And it was like a special edition limited to like 150 copies or maybe even 100 copies. And they were selling that for like $150. Man, I jumped on that thing so quick. I still got all that stuff. I should have had some of it displayed up here. But next time we do something, I'll have it displayed up here.
Dude, that's what's up, man. Yeah.
For sure.
It seems like you have to find your tribe, and how long is it going to take? Everybody's trying to find that tribe.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, like,
you got to find your lane.
Who are you going to upset? Because not everybody's going to agree with you if you're going. It seems like if you're going that route.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is too, I always say you could always go listen to it on Apple Music too. If you don't want to pay the $100 for the package, it's on Apple Music. Pay your $9.99 a month, and there you go.
Yeah.
Listen to it for, I ain't gonna say for free, for
Tank for life. What's up, Lito? And then we got Gustavo in there talking about rest in peace, Mr. 3.
Already, for sure. All right, Mr. 3 too, for y'all that see my shirt. Oh, let me give a shout out real quick, because I told homie I would give him a shout out, man.
Go ahead.
Shout out to Richard at AT&T store, right over here on Alameda in Doddridge. You got me the new iPhone 17 Pro Max, you know what I'm saying, for a huge discounted rate. So y'all go see Richard at AT&T store on Alameda and Doddridge, you know what I'm saying? I just had to plug that in, because I told him I would give him a shout out since he hooked me up, man.
Go ahead, man. You know what, dude? You follow. We're on the group page for Corpus Christi podcast. Bro.
Yeah.
And I just want that group page to be uplifting, bro.
Sure.
Like, because you're a podcaster, I'm a podcaster. We got our stuff going on, dude. And I just want to show that we can do this together.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and we got a lot of commonalities, which I think is something that we really need to press on as a society. You know what I mean? Just to keep growing together. Yeah, man. So, man, I heard your interview with Scoop Dose. Shout out. Off the Kush podcast.
Shout out Scoop Dose, man.
He had not one, but 2 episodes with you, bro. You had to come back with number 2. On that, I think it was on that first one or that second one. You used a talk boy, bro.
Yeah.
To make your mixtape.
Yeah, my mom and dad had got my brother a talk boy. When me and my brother was still living with my mom and dad for one Christmas, they had got him. He had wanted, I guess when like Home Alone came out, and they ended up, he wanted the talk boy for Christmas, so he got the talk boy, and that's whenever I started hearing about like DJ Screw and screwed up tapes. And I just tried to figure something.
So when
it worked.
So when did you like think that at what point it wasn't a myth after all? That whole DJ Screw, because you were saying that everybody thought he was a myth, or it was a machine, or it was this, or was that. When was the point you were like, okay, he's an actual person?
Actually, probably like in 1998. And in 1998, for me, because that's whenever my grandparents, like I said, we moved in with my grandparents in like 97. So whenever like my grandparents, they tried to do like everything they could to like, they knew where we came from. Yeah. From living with my parents and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And no disrespect to my mom and dad, but they just knew the type of life that we came from. So my grandparents basically tried to like give us everything that we basically wanted that they could afford.
Wow,
so
really?
We'd go to my cousin's house and they'd have a brand new computer. So we get back and we go to my cousin's house in San Antonio. They got a brand new computer. We're on America Online. We come back to Corpus like a month later. We got a computer. You know what I'm saying? We're on America Online.
Wow.
So the internet, I would say, and probably to a lot of people, that was the first time that you were able to like maybe like see pictures of people.
Okay.
Okay. Because other than that, like you could go to the record store and you go buy like an Aaliyah CD and you see an Aaliyah picture of Aaliyah on the cover. You know what I'm saying? Those DJ Screw tapes they didn't have nobody's picture on them. So you didn't really know what none of these dudes looked like unless you were in Houston, unless you were going to concerts, or unless you basically had the internet.
Yeah. And you were mentioning also in the podcast too that they don't even want to be on camcorder.
Yeah,
because of what they're associated with their lifestyle.
For sure.
Yeah, that was definitely interesting, man, for sure. Yeah, so you're DJ. So you went from that talk boy so after that you went onto the turntables, vinyl. Like when did you get into the actual, turntables? Because you got a set back here. It looks nice.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
I probably got into I started DJing. I wouldn't say necessarily turntables. Probably like around whenever we moved in with my grandparents like had like record players, and me and my brother would like mess around and stuff like that. Yeah. But then it goes back to that damn computer, bro. Like I feel like the computer, bro. Yeah. The invention of the computer and the internet was like the new world type shit. You know what I'm saying? Wow, like it's basically where we're at today. So I'm in my homeboy's house one day, and I come home from my homeboy's house, and my brother's like, "Hey, bro, I discovered this program where you could screw and chop songs." And I think it was called like PC DJ. And for y'all that are old enough, one of the main reasons why we wanted that computer too was because of a program called Napster.
Napster.
You know what Napster is?
Yep.
Napster was like the first ever peer-to-peer program where you could share music, which was illegal as hell back in the day. I'm pretty sure it's probably still illegal now. But say if I had the new DMX CD on my computer and Jesus had a computer, I could basically he could download those files that I had on my computer onto his computer. So everybody was just stealing and sharing music all over the damn world. So that's where like we were getting like music from, and he was downloading music from there. And I remember the first song he showed me was like Ludacris, "What's Your Fantasy?" He had he was like going back and forth with a mouse. He was actually DJing with a mouse.
Wow, crazy, bro.
So from there, that like really sparked the interest from like just messing around on the turntables and vinyl records and record players that my grandparents had to seeing it.
Wow.
This ain't how DJ Screw's doing it because I'm a computer.
Yeah.
But this is kind of what we're getting the feel of what he's doing.
Right.
So that kind of wanted us to take it like to the next level.
Wow. So obviously it's a visual thing. And I see videos and stuff. You're looking at your computer still.
Yeah.
Do you think it's easier to visualize as opposed to hearing that mix going on? You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is with the computer, it just changed the game now because you have the wave files to where you don't necessarily have to listen with headphones and try to track, bring it back and try to track where the song needs to be brought in or brought back, whatever. You could literally, if you could read wave files, which is easy as hell, then it's easy as hell, I think.
Wow, man. So
that's why so many people are DJing nowadays. All it takes is just to read wave files. You don't have to use no headphones. The essence of really DJing ain't even there no more. So that's why I still take pride in like the essence of real DJing. That's why the setup that I use are like full size vinyl sized actual turntables, even though they're CDJs, they're Newmark CDX CDJs, and they're actually the size of a vinyl. A lot of people have like controllers, and no disrespect to the people on controllers. Okay. I know some people that's cold as hell with them goddamn little baby controllers. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, I just prefer the big boys.
Yeah, right on.
You know what I'm saying? OG shit.
So there's a different camp. Like you got this camp, that camp, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. And the naturalist and your peers probably also.
Well, and not just that. Some people, a setup like I got back there will probably run you maybe about $4,000-$5,000.
Yeah, for real.
Some people only got $400 to invest into a DJ setup. They ain't got $4,000 to $5,000 to invest into a DJ setup. So all they got is $500. So that's where you go and get the little baby controller. Start doing you some gigs, get paid for the gigs, and then you go to the next side.
Wow, so crazy.
It's all about, you know what I'm saying? It's all about building up. You start off with the baby Mercedes, and then you build your way up to the 500.
You remember your first gig, like your first actual like paid gig?
Let me see. Let me think. My first paid gig, because this goes back into one of the questions that you had. My first actual paid gig, I didn't ever take a paid gig until I had the plug in 2015. Because before then, and this is what I was thinking about this other day, like, me and my brothers, and shout out to my homie Wreckage. I see him tuned in right now, my homie Rico. We never had plans of DJing inside of clubs or DJing for anybody. Our whole plan or our whole goal was, this is where we're at right now.
Yeah.
We wanted to do DJ Screw style mixtapes. We wanted to have one of us on the turntables, one of us have the mic doing the hosting the shout outs. We smoking, we sipping lean, whatever we doing, and we just having a good time.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That was our goal. Wasn't never to, let me learn how to play the new record so I can be the hottest DJ in the club. That was never our goals. Wow. Our goals was to make jamming ass mixtapes that we could ride around with our homies and sip lean and get high to.
Damn, that's a culture right there, bro, in itself.
Like a motherfucker.
Damn, for real.
And my line records, you tune in right now. My line, was that not our goal?
Dude.
Straight up.
Wow, bro.
We never had
That's
plans.
amazing,
like, dude. Between me, my two brothers that DJ also, and my homie Records, like, I've never. Man, I'm trying to get into this club to DJ.
Right.
Our whole goal was for a jam, and it was mainly us, even though a lot of people would jam our mixtapes, we were all our biggest competitors. Okay. Like me and Wreckage, like we were like each other's biggest iron sharpens iron type shit. Like,
yes,
he would let me hear one of his mixes. I'm letting him hear one of my mixes, and we would just share mixtapes
bounce
and
off
just
of each other. Yeah,
oh, he's doing this. I ain't doing this on my mixtape. So let me start trying to incorporate this on the next mixtape that I do. And it wasn't like, oh, I'm stealing what he was doing, because we were all growing at the same time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Type shit.
Oh man, dude, that's a coach. So was it all? Was it okay? What type of music was it? Was it like the Houston type of music, Corpus type of music? Like what all?
We definitely came up on Houston music because back to that computer, 1998, Prime Swisher House. So you're listening to these Swisher House tapes, and they're talking about sipping lean. They're talking about go to our website, www.swisherhouse.com.
Wow.
So before I even have a computer of my own, I'm over there at Wreckage's house, and we're fucking on www.swisherhouse.com.
Wow.
And back in those days, this is whenever you go to a website, and the website would have like an intro song. So I remember like the Swisher House website, they had like an intro song. If I'm mistaken, Wreckage, it was the if you smell what the rock is cooking. And then it was like the before the Kappa 2000 like fucking intro. So it would only give you like a snippet. So I remember just reloading that page so many times just to keep hearing that song. But then again, we're on Napster, so we just go to Napster and just
download another one.
Download it. But thing is, on Napster, everything was just so mislabeled.
Oh wow.
You put in DMX, How It's Going Down, or DMX Rough Riders Anthem, and next thing you know, you got a Mariah Carey song. You know what I'm saying? Like everything on fucking Napster was like mislabeled like a motherfucker type shit. You know what I'm saying? Dude. Or it may be the proper artist, but the song's wrong.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Or it may be the proper song title, but it's a whole different fucking artist with the same song title and not the same song.
Dang, bro. And it's like, dude, how come it wasn't like rock music or so? I heard you do, was it Sex and Candy or
yeah.
That was dope.
Already, yeah, for sure. Dope. Records was probably doing rock music, but in my household, we just like we didn't grow up on that type of stuff. We was on like blues and like I say, like my parents didn't even really listen to rap. It was more of like R&B, H-Town, Jodeci,
do you think
Silk, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, so if it would have been rock or whatever, you think you would have liked rock growing up? Yeah,
but I just think in the time that I came up in, it wasn't like, because I got an uncle, bro, and RIP to my uncle, Kenneth Armstead. Like, he played that guitar until he passed away. He was part of, like, the whole Woodstock era. And I just feel like the blacks that grew up during that time, my generation wasn't part of that culture. We almost looked at a black dude my age playing guitar as like, now at the age I'm at now, it's like, yeah, I look at a black dude my age playing guitar like, hell yeah, that's dope as fuck.
Right.
But being a 21-year-old playing, black dude play a guitar, it's almost like, what, you want to be white?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was almost frowned upon. Like, what, you want to be white?
Crazy, bro. Dang, that's so crazy, man. Like you associated with a certain race.
For sure.
That's so crazy, man. Yeah, so how do you carry that to that? Well, I guess that screw culture, that screw tradition into the future?
By continuing to make mixtapes and to continuing to striving to keep his name alive, shouting him out, and mixtapes always making sure to give credit where credit is due, letting it be known when it's DJ Screw's birthday, when it's DJ Screw's death day, when it's DJ Screw's they be having like the DJ Screw Day at the in Houston. It doesn't necessarily fall on his birthday anymore, but letting everybody know this is when DJ Screw Day is coming up. So even if you ain't in Houston, hey, I'm in Corpus, letting it be known that if you represent, this is what's going on.
Wow.
Spreading the news. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So do you think people still listen to Screwed and Chopped?
Hell yeah.
Wow. Well, it's like you said, there's a tribe.
DJ Screw specifically, you know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of other DJs that do the Screwed and Chopped stuff too, but there's a whole cult following of DJ Screw fans who don't even give no other DJs a chance, myself included.
Can you imagine the people like in Europe and stuff, like all over there, dude?
Yeah,
man, that would be dope.
But I know people in Houston straight up that they won't listen to no other DJ besides, if DJ Screw didn't do it, they don't want to hear it. So basically, they don't want to hear no new music. If it's slowed and chopped, they don't want to hear it. They just want to hear DJ Screw tapes.
What about what about the Corpus Christi scene? How do you think they respond to the screw culture
nowadays? Man, that's here and there, bro. And it's like, because that's what I do. I do the personal mixtapes for like $100. I do projects for like $250.
Mm-hmm.
And it's few and far in between. I would like more people to be getting their projects done. I don't know if my prices are too high or whatever, but I just feel like a lot of people don't really care about getting their projects done. I'll have people hit me up more so for like one-offs. Hey, can you slow and chop my song? And more so of those than be like, hey, I got my new project dropping. I want you to do the whole project.
Wow.
Like that's rare nowadays. It's more of just, hey, can you do these 2 songs for me? Can you do these 3 songs for me? Can you do this 1 song for me? Like, so most of the time that I spend is doing personal mixtapes for people where say maybe you may make a list of 14 to 15 songs that you want me to DJ and mix and slow and chop and put my touch on. And you may want to come in here and talk and give shout outs to your homies, but you don't want to rap on the tapes. And none of the songs are your songs. These are just all your favorite songs.
Wow.
So I do those. I do those way more than I do the people that are actually
like you were doing before.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
For sure.
Man, so some flowers, some people that I guess that you know in the culture, because you've had all kinds of artists.
For sure.
Man, even just the scene. Do you even any thoughts on the scene that we have going on here? I know you guys got Smoke Walk 2nd year anniversary.
Yeah,
dude.
for
That's
sure,
awesome,
for sure.
man.
Man, people always come on here and give shout outs to the rappers, so I'm gonna do a little different. I'm gonna give shout outs to the DJs that I see that's making noise. You know what I'm saying? And no disrespect if I leave your name out. There's a lot of DJs that I don't know, which I should know. Y'all should. We got one of the hottest podcasts in Corpus, one of the few hip hop based podcasts in Corpus, so I should know you. You know what I'm saying? So,
oh, dude, that's a good idea.
Shout out to my dude, DJ Crazy. You know what I'm saying? He's part of the Chopaholics. He's from Mathis, Texas. You know what I'm saying? He's came on a couple of times. DJ Crazy. He's out there in H-Town now, and he's basically killing the whole slow and chop game. He just got signed to the Chopaholics, which is like a Mexican-based DJ crew that does slow and chop mixtapes.
Wow.
They were real popular in like the mid 2000s, and then they kind of went on like a hiatus, and then they came back once they were looking for new DJs. And my homeboy DJ Crazy, he got that opportunity, and now he's one of the DJs for the Chopaholics. Shout out to my dude DJ Fab. He's over there in Kingsville, Texas, holding it down. He's doing projects for people all out of H-Town, people from Dallas. He's really making a noise too with the slow and chop sound. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DJ Fame. He ain't in Corpus no more, but he was killing it with the R&B scene. Everything that he was doing in Corpus was down there a fucking sellout. You know what I'm saying? He was doing the R&B brunches, the R&B takeovers, and all those things that he was doing like at the rooftops and all that stuff, killing it every time, having sellouts every time. Every time I'm looking on Facebook, I'm seeing videos of him doing his damn thing.
Wow.
Shout out to my dog, DJ Dynamite. DJ Dynamite, he might be the hardest working DJ in the city.
Yeah.
This dude has a gig every damn day. Straight up. DJ Dynamite, I don't know if you two did, but bro, you one of the hardest working DJs I know straight up. DJ Hurricane, what's up to my dog Hurricane? You see Dynamite, you're going to see Hurricane. So he right there with them doing the damn thing too. Most of the time, Dynamite's mixing, Hurricane's hosting. Sometimes you catch Hurricane DJing them by himself doing the damn thing too. So shout out to them too, you know what I'm saying? Whoever else I got, like I said, my dog DJ Records, he ain't even in Corpus no more. He lives in Chicago. He's been in Chicago Friday for like the past 15 years, and he's still doing slow and chop mixtapes over there.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So that just shows you like he ain't lived in Texas in probably like at least 10 years, and he's still over there doing slow and chop DJ Screw style mixtape.
Wow.
He's not over there doing go-go music or whatever the fuck Chicago do. No disrespect to what y'all do over there in the Midwest, but he's over there holding down the Texas culture musically over there. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Putting his Chicago people on the Texas music that he does.
What's up going on? Chris Dynamite Hernandez says what's up. He put these looks like shotgun shells, but they're actually dynamites. Yeah, man, dude, that's awesome, dude. Wow, that's a lot of DJs, bro. Yeah, for sure. It's Mo too. No disrespect if I didn't name y'all. DJ Paper Chase, he always out there working too. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that be out there, man. A lot of people be doing the damn thing out there, man. If I ain't mention you, no disrespect, man. A lot of y'all be out there working. Yeah, man. Shout out. That's awesome. Sure. Dude. Yeah, that's a really great idea, man. For sure. Shouting out the DJs. Yeah. Man, so all these, you're talking about mixtapes. You actually had a store called The Plug.
Yes, sir.
It was in the Trade Center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dude, what? So doing the mixtapes and all that stuff, you got into wanting to open up a store. Oh, because you had screw tapes or whatever, you wanted to sell those.
DJ Screw's always been like obviously our biggest influence. They were other DJs that influenced us. Like I say, that Swish House definitely influenced us because you were able to go to a Swish House website years before you could go to a DJ Screw website. So Swish House to us was more accessible in Corpus Christi to us because we didn't have cars to drive to Houston. Back in those days, the only way you were going to get a DJ Screw tape was if you literally drove to DJ Screw's house.
Yeah.
Or whenever he opened up his shop in 1998, you would go to DJ Screw's house. So sometimes people would go like to the Houston and maybe buy like 50 screw tapes and have a store in the Trade Center, and then they sell screw tapes like that, and you got to catch them while they still got them and stuff like that. So our thing was like I say, being influenced, like, man, it was our whole goal to like open up a store, because do you see DJ Screw opening up a store? And Swish House, they didn't necessarily have a store, but they had their this is different between Screw and Swish House for y'all that don't know. Screw sold everything himself. Swish House and them, they went and dropped their products off at different stores all over Texas and Louisiana, Arkansas on consignment.
Wow.
So whenever they make their rounds, they drop them off. They come back in 2 weeks and pick them up and drop off new products. You know what I'm saying? That's how Swish House did it. So dropping all those mixtapes, I never had a lane to sell those mixtapes besides just out of the trunk or out of the house, however you want to put it. You know what I'm saying? The opportunity arose in 2015 to open up a store with my homie B Miller, and I jumped on the opportunity. I had dropped a mixtape, and I dropped like one mixtape in 2013 that did real well. I dropped another one in 2014 that did real well. And I sold all these on my own, just basically just out the trunk. So in 2015, I had dropped a mixtape called On a Tuesday, and man, I kept on selling. I sold probably like 70 copies the first day that I pressed them up. And mind you, I'm selling these like for $10 a pop. I didn't do no wholesales on that first batch. I didn't do no wholesales. I sold them all for straight $10 a pop. And with some of that money and just with the demand that I saw, and my homie B, he had a store at the time, but it was like a women's store. So we just saw the demand and we were like, bro, we should open up a store selling these mixtapes and also getting some clothes and putting some clothes in there and then selling clothes too. So we were just cruising one day smoking. And we came up with the idea. I remember, never forget it. We're on the freeway, riding on the freeway. And we're like, man, we should open up we're jamming that on the Tuesday mixtape. And we're like, man, we should open up a store. Like, yeah, hell yeah, one day. But growing up, everybody always talks about opening up a store. And I ain't gonna lie, where I'm from, don't nobody really own shit. Motherfuckers just renting all their life type shit. You know what I'm saying? So to me, ownership was never a possibility in my mind. But whenever we were cruising, B is telling me how much it cost him to open up that women's store that he got. And I'm thinking in my head, that's obtainable. Now, if we split that in half, that's really obtainable. So while we're cruising, like I say, we was like, okay, we'll do that probably like next month, 2 months, whatever. He's like, bro, why don't we just do it right now? Because if we wait another month or two, it's just going to be a plan. Let's just go do it right now. Wow. He's like, what you got to do right now? Shit, I ain't got shit to do, bro. I'm free. What you got to do right now? Shit, I'm free. I ain't got shit to do. It's about 6 o'clock. Mind you, it's like 1:30 in the afternoon. Hey, let's just go to the courthouse right now and fucking do it. Wow. Fuck it, let's go. I said, how much is it going to cost? He said, I think it's going to cost like, I can't remember the price, man. This was like 10 years ago, but I want to say we had to get a DBA and then we had to get a tax license. I want to say the tax license was probably like $75 and the DBA was like $25 or $35. Wow. So we literally walked out we went to the DBA place first, or we went to the one of them places first, and they were like, no, you got to go to the other place first. So we went to the other place first. We got proper paperwork that we needed. Then we went to the other place, got the proper paperwork that we know. While we were on the freeway riding downtown to go get the paperwork, we're like, what are we gonna call the store, bro? We don't even know what we're gonna call it. We going so fast, bro. We don't even got a name for the store. We literally 5 minutes from the damn city hall, and that's when we like the connection. Nah, that's not. We call ourselves the Plug. Hell yeah, that sounds live. The Plug. Yeah, that'll be live. Because I didn't want it to just be like DJ Lil King's records and tapes. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why we came up with the Plug, and we ended up going in there and we ended up getting all the proper paperwork.
Wow.
45 minutes after we walked into the first building, we were in business. 45 minutes and $100, $120 later, we had a business.
Wow.
Now we didn't have not one piece of merchandise. Now we didn't have a storefront, but on paperwork, we had a tax ID and we had a fucking doing business as license.
Damn.
So from there, we started scouting like locations, and we were scouting like brick and mortar locations, like trying to get like an outside location. And we were like going to all these places that had like all these for lease signs and all this. Bro, we weren't getting no calls back, and we were just feeling like, are we getting blackballed? Like we didn't know what it was. So we go to the Trade Center just to see. We weren't even like really like looking even to get a spot in the Trade Center. We just kind of felt like we were getting blackballed. So we were just putting an application at the Trade Center to see if we were getting blackballed, because the Trade Center, it's always been known that it's easy to get a spot in the Trade Center. They got hella spots in that motherfucker always open. So we go to the Trade Center, and the dude's like real cool as shit. I remember his name. His name was Czar. He shows us around. He's like, we're going to have a couple come open in maybe like a couple of weeks, maybe like a month, and I'll give y'all guys a call. We leave there thinking like, that's what the 5 other places and told us, you know what I'm saying? Bro, like a week later, this dude calls and said, hey, got one that opened up. Y'all want it? He said, what? And it hit us by surprise, bro, because like I said, at this time, we're still waiting for actual brick and mortar locations to call us, but ain't nobody called us. So we're like, you know what? Fuck it, let's just jump in the Trade Center for now. So we ended up jumping in the Trade Center, and bro, that first weekend that we opened the Trade Center, like shit, like really like took off. Like wow. We ended up ordering all our merchandise. Like let's say like we got the business license like a month before we actually opened. We gave ourselves time to like get all our merchandise in order. We ordered like all the shelving, all the shelves, and all the stuff that we needed to put up on the wall. So after like a month, we opened up. I think it was February 20th, 2015. It was opening weekend at the Plug.
Wow. Man.
Hell yeah. And that was like a real good weekend for us. Like we had a lot of my homies and a lot of these homies that came through to support us, but we also had a lot of people that didn't know us that came and supported because it was something new.
Yeah.
And people in Corpus love new stuff.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Oh, that's true, man. Man, it seems like you just wanted to make that culture available to the people here.
For sure, because we started doing like in-store signings, and we would buy local people CDs. Thing is, Switch House and them did consignment. We didn't do consignment. We wanted Corpus rappers to be able to say, because I was raised on like Houston culture, Dallas culture, all that type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So those rappers made money. So to me, it was always funny why Corpus rappers weren't making money. Why are y'all doing this shit for free?
Wow, yeah.
So me and B came up with the plan like, hey, bring us your product pressed up properly, and we'll buy this shit off of you straight up.
Wow.
Now it's on us to sell it. Bring us your product. If you got your CD that's pressed up properly, sealed up, or however you got it, long as it's pressed up properly, amazing. And ain't no burnt CD that you bringing us trying to get us to sell that's in a see-through case. Any CD that was brought to us that was properly pressed up, you literally walked out the door with cash money. So if you brought us 10 CDs of your latest album, you literally walked out the door with $50 because we sold them for 10.
Dude.
So we're like, you get 5 and we get 5.
Damn, that's like.
And we never did no consignments. We never asked nobody to leave their CDs here and come back, because my thing is, bro, growing up in the streets and in the game, I've always hated for a motherfucker to be bugging you like, hey, you got that money you owe me? Hey, you got that bread yet? You got that? Like, I always hated that growing up. So our thing was, we didn't want nobody coming up here harassing us, asking us, have we sold their CDs yet? So we just gonna buy the shit off of you and put the faith in ourselves that we could get rid of this shit, because we know we some real hustlers and we know we're gonna get rid of this shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, that's amazing.
And
dude.
Also, like I said, we wanted every rapper that came through there with their stuff pressed up property to feel like, I'm fucking making money off music. Yes. I'm not just doing this shit for nothing. Like, I'm seeing a return.
Yeah.
Even though it may not have been what I invested, I'm still seeing something off of what I didn't put in.
Dang.
For sure.
Wow. Wow. So was that actual reality for you in being a business owner at that point? Like, because you said you started that business, and then did you have that idea initially? Like,
no, we
help,
didn't have that
you know
idea. That we didn't have that idea initially, and that idea straight up came from Mr. Playboy, my dog, Mr. Playboy, Brian Rivera. He does the Crooked Christie.
Oh yeah, Crooked Christie. Shout out.
He hit me up one time and he was like, "Hey, I got ESG coming to Corpus and we're doing a concert at the Club Live. Would you be down to do an in-store signing with ESG?"
Crazy.
And I know nothing about in-store signings at this time. I'm thinking like, hell yeah, that'll be dope. But I ain't got $5,000 to pay this dude.
Right. Can't accommodate at this point. Yeah, I got you.
and Mr. Playboy is like, nah, bro, we're gonna take care of that. Everything's gonna be covered. He just dropped his new project, and basically, y'all just buy some copies of the new project, and he's gonna basically just sign them for whoever buys the project off of y'all. So we set that up. ESG ends up showing up.
Wow.
He shows up with a box of CDs. And mind you, we ain't done this before, so we're not knowing what the hell's going on. We're not knowing if he's just gonna use our store and just sell his CDs for $10 and just make everything. But before we started the in-store signing, I want to say it was from like 3 to 5. So he gets there like 2:30, 2:45, and he's basically like telling us like straight up, I'm gonna sell y'all 20 CDs off top for $100, and then y'all turn around and sell them to the people who want them signed for 10 or 15 or whatever y'all want to sell them for. So that's where we got the game to do the in-store signings from, because that's whenever he sold us like 20 CDs off top, and everybody was lined up out there to buy them CDs. And after them first 20 CDs turned around, we turned right around and gave him another $100, and he gave us another 20 CDs, and we basically sold those other 20 CDs. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I learned the game, and I was like, hey, let's build up our local artists. Like, why are we doing this just for niggas from Houston? And no disrespect, ASG is my dog.
Right.
But it was like, why isn't Corpus making rappers look good like we make these? Why is it that a rapper from Houston could just come down here, say they want to do an in-store signing, and they're accommodated that quick?
Right.
But if a dude from Corpus said that he wanted to do what ESG asked me to do, most of the stores would have probably tried to charge the rapper to do that type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got a question on that, man. Do you feel like the Corpus musicians, rappers, whatever, that their music is at that level? You think that may be a reason why they're like, this is why we like Houston rappers, because maybe they're better?
I feel like a lot of people don't even give Corpus rap a chance, because I always tell people this too. Myself, I was one of those people who didn't really give Corpus rap a chance. I didn't give Corpus rap a chance till like 2014. So whenever people were like making music in like 2005, 2007, all the way to 2014, like I was literally just stuck in fucking Houston mode. Like I didn't even want to hear no music that came out of Corpus. I was like, Deuce and Corpus rapping, like, you serious? And it wasn't.
So you were there. You were at that point.
I was at that point where I was like, because I would hear music that came out of Corpus, and it would sound like the beats were made on like a motherfucking a Mattel, and like you know what I'm saying? Like a little toy, like a toy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, nah, this stuff in Houston, like it sounded. So to me, like the music in Corpus wasn't up to par. The music that I heard. So I ain't saying all Corpus music. I'm just saying the music that I heard at that point in time, it just wasn't up to par with what I was listening to coming out of Houston and Dallas and that DSR and all the Screwed Up Click, Switch House, and even San Antonio. They had like Third Degree, you know what I'm saying? I was just on all that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I feel like a lot of dudes in Corpus were trying to make like songs whenever we were stuck in that. We didn't want to hear songs. We want to hear freestyle. You know what I'm saying? And it finally got to a point to where it's cool to hear a song from Lil Flip. But before that, we didn't care about Lil Flip doing a song. We just want to hear Lil Flip freestyle for 10 minutes.
Right.
That's all we want. We don't care about Lil Flip song. We just want to hear Lil Flip freestyle for 10 minutes. And I remember, bro, it got to the point where this was a concert I was at. It was a Screwed Up Click concert. And, bro, it was so disappointing. The Screwed Up Click came down here, bro, and they did a concert, and all they did was their songs. And they did their jamming ass songs. But I guess listening to those screw tapes growing up, this was my first Screwed Up Click concert ever going to, so I really didn't know what to expect. But I'm expecting to go to the concert, and it's going to be like a screw tape. The DJ just playing different beats. And they obviously DJ Screw had passed away by the time I went to my first Screwed Up Click concert. But I'm just expecting whoever the DJ is just to play beats, and Big Pokey gonna freestyle, and after Big Pokey get done, Big Mo gonna backdoor him, and then after Big Mo fall off, then ESG gonna backdoor him. I didn't know. I knew they had songs, but I thought a Screwed Up Click concert was gonna be straight freestyle.
Yeah.
The whole time.
That's funny, bro. Man, that's definitely a culture, man.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just wondered how honest we are about the music here in Corpus. You know what I mean? That's my main. Even like the heavy music that's out here too, because I'm more into like heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Like how honest are we? Even when I was in a band, I was like, dude, is this even good? Like, why would we even show this to people? This sucks. You know? What I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
I think a lot of people who make, because I used to make music and freestyle and make songs with my brothers and stuff, and we would always have those same feelings ourselves too. And let me get back to the in-store signing thing. So once I get the in-store signing with ESG, shout out to my homie New Money. He was coming up with he was about to do a project. He had like all these videos that were on YouTube and they were hitting like thousands of views. So he was about to do a project and put all those songs on a CD. And he had hit up Mr. Playboy once again to get all the artwork done. He hit me up, and then I pressed up CDs. For y'all that don't know, I've been pressing up CDs for probably about the past probably like 10, 15 years. No, probably like 10 to 12 years I've been pressing up CDs. So New Money hit me up to press up his CD, which was called Extra Trappy. I pressed it up. And whenever I pressed it up, I was like, hey, what is your plans to do with this CD? He was like, shit, I'm just ride through the hood and sell this motherfucker out the trunk. I was like, that's cool, but let's do something bigger than that.
Damn.
You can still do that. Don't get me wrong. You can still do that. You know what I'm saying? But let's try to do something bigger. Let's do a meet and greet CD release.
Wow.
So we set up the CD release meet and greet August 20th, 2015. And it just so happened I was in the process of making a DVD called Welcome to Corpus, which I spoke on before. And it was going to be a DVD with all nothing but Corpus DVDs. And that's kind of where I gained my respect for Corpus music, because I saw putting together that DVD that it was some real good quality stuff coming out of Corpus, quality visuals, quality production, and quality vocals. Everything was quality by that point. You know what I'm saying? When I first heard Corpus rap, that shit was like in 2002. You know what I'm saying? So from 2002 to what I heard in like 2015, it was like a huge difference. You know what I'm saying? By 2015, this shit was sounding like it was comparable to like Houston rap and Dallas rap, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So that's when I had decided to put together that DVD, got Playboy to do the DVD cover again, Welcome to Corpus. Nice. Pressed up the DVD. It just so happened that the week I got the DVD was the same. We had already planned that we're going to release the New Money project in-store signing August 20th. I ended up getting it, which was a Saturday. That DVD ended up coming in my mail like on Tuesday, which I can't remember which exactly day it was, but that Tuesday I was like, bro, should I just hold on to this DVD and set a release date? But I was like, nah, because this is the beginning of the time where people starting to lose their attention span. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, people can't keep their attention on shit for nothing for a minute at a time. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing was, I had already promoted it good enough to where I don't think I needed to promote it for like a whole nother month. So I literally just got the DVDs and posted DVD dropping this Saturday, and it ended up coinciding with the New Money CD release, and New Money was on the cover of the DVD, so it was like perfect. We're releasing the New Money Extra Trappy CD and the Welcome to Corpus DVD on the same day, bro. So everybody is pulling up that day, buying the DVD, buying the CD, buying the DVD and the CD. New Money had his shirts and everything out there. Like, man, people was coming out there spending that day. That was a real good look for us. August 20th, 2015, man. We released Extra Trappy and Welcome to Corpus the same day.
Wow. Do you consider yourself a historian, Corpus Christi historian?
I try to be, but there's a lot of gaps that I haven't filled yet. So
crazy, bro. That's amazing, dude. Are you thinking about a book? That would be freaking awesome.
Yeah, I've definitely been thinking about doing a book. I think that would be dope as hell to do a book.
Yeah, bro, dude, that's awesome, man. So do you consider yourself an entrepreneur? It seems like that's what that is, because you got now you got we'll go out to the Ridin High podcast.
I've definitely always considered myself an entrepreneur, just based upon even going back to, like I say, even being 16, 17, 18 years old, making those mixtapes and just selling them to our homeboys. Yeah. Even though they were just our homeboys buying them, it was still creating a lane of a business on your own.
Right.
Even though it may not have been consistent at that time, it showed you then that you were able to hustle a product that you created on your own.
Damn, yeah.
And I think that's rare, even in today's time. most people hustle someone else's product, but it's rare that one creates a product and is able to sell that product on their own. You know what I'm saying? Like,
damn, that's crazy, bro.
I want to say there's like a lot of laws in tech that don't even allow manufacturers to like,
dude,
you know what I'm saying, sell their products directly to consumers and shit like that.
Wow, man.
Hell yeah.
So you got into podcasting? How did that come about?
The podcasting thing took it's the first came about in 2019. Me and my homie SUC Holden and my homie Taylor May, we were gonna take a trip to Houston for 420, and we were real cool with DJ Lil Randy. Shout out DJ Lil Randy of the Screwed Up Click. And SUC Holden had asked him, would he do an interview? Would he be down to do an interview? And mind you, we didn't have no equipment or nothing, but we had a page called Screwed Up Community, which we still got a page called Screwed Up Community on Facebook.
Is that TV really bright?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. On like 70,000 or like 70,000 followers on Screwed Up Community page. And at that point, we probably only had like 20,000 followers. So we were just doing different stuff to try to grow the page. So Adrian hit up Adrian, which is SUC Holden. He hit up Little Randy because him and Little Randy had done a lot of business before. He had got a lot of personal mixtapes done from Little Randy because Little Randy does the same thing that I do, the DJ Screw style mixtapes. And he had asked Randy for an interview and asked Randy what he would charge. And Randy said, man, I got y'all. I ain't finna charge y'all. Wow. We were going to go up there and get a mixtape done by Little Randy. So we said, as a bonus, I'll just throw in the interview for y'all. Just don't have me sitting there for no 3-4 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So we're like, nah, we'll make it quick. We'll just do like a quick 20-30 minute interview. He was like, okay, I'm down with that. So we go to Houston. We end up going to Little Randy's homie's house. RIP Dip One, you know what I'm saying? He had like a barbershop / studio. We go in there and we're doing the mixtape, and we end up doing the mixtape. We talk on the mixtape, give our shout out. Shout out to my homie Can too. He ended up pulling up from College Station and met us in Houston. And so he ended up going with us to do the mixtape too. We get done with the mixtape, and Randy's like, okay, y'all ready to do the interview? And we're like, yeah, we got everything ready. We got our questions. He's like, what y'all gonna record with? We're like, a phone?
Where the wheels at, bro?
So we pulled out the cell phone and we recorded it. Home dude, he had like a loud fucking like a shop fan going on in the background and shit. So we're like, can't turn off the fan. So we basically did it, and we basically did the best that we could. It came out good. The quality was good, you know what I'm saying? Because we didn't do it live. I just recorded it in 4K with my iPhone.
Wow.
And basically just came back to Corpus, and then I edited it, and then we released it. And that kind of like sparked a bug for me. So I want to say the next interview that I did after we did Lil Randy, I was like, bro, let me interview one of my homies and see how that goes. So I Cantu came to Corpus one weekend. I ended up interviewing Cantu, and it did real good. We released it, but it was just a straight raw interview. Once again, no microphones or nothing. I had a microphone on the table, but it was just a prop. So it was on YouTube probably until I started the new Ridin High, because this was in 2019. Yeah, so I started the Ridin High. I came up with the Ridin High podcast logo right after we left Houston. So that was probably in like summer 2019. Wow. I did the first Ridin High interview in like 2019. It was on YouTube. I can't even remember if it was under Ridin High podcast. I don't even remember what it may have been under, just DJ Lil King or something like that. But it was up there, and I left it up there. Then I interviewed. I wasn't really comfortable with it, but it was content, so I left it up there. A lot of people were doing those type of interviews at those times too.
Okay, I was gonna ask you.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like. Wasn't really a lot of professional podcasts. It was just more or less just people just putting a camera in front of someone, just asking them questions. I wouldn't even really call that podcast.
Yeah, that's I was gonna.
Would you even call that podcast?
Exactly.
So then Meta from downtown, shout out Meta. They were doing Meta Entertainment. I hit up Meta, and Meta, he was down to do an interview. I did the interview with Meta. The interview with Meta was like an hour long. And I had so much trouble like transferring it from my phone to my laptop that I never got to release that damn interview. And after that, I kind of just like went on a hiatus until like 2022. 2022, I can't remember, 2022, 2023. I think I did the Daddy Cree interview in 2020.
After COVID?
It was after COVID, yeah. So whole COVID thing comes around, and I'm just sitting around. And my homie SUC Holden, man, he has sparked me, because we're running that Screwed Up community page together. But he was also telling me like, bro, you got all this fucking equipment. By the time this time I had the couch, the chair, mics.
These lights are dope, dude, for real.
I had the mics, bro. I had the lights in the podcast because I was just like, I just didn't know what to do, bro. Like I was watching all these different podcasts, and I knew what to do. It was maybe just that nerve that was just sitting at me, like kicking my ass of somebody, like basically telling me, bro, you got all this equipment and you ain't doing shit with it.
You felt like you were too critical of yourself? Like
basically what it was, and I didn't know if people, I didn't know if I wanted to do it Vlad style. I didn't know if I wanted to do it no jumper style. I didn't know if I wanted to sit in front of the camera.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I wanted to sit behind the camera, because the interviews that I had did with Cantu and Meta, I had sat behind the camera.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't know if I wanted to get in front of the camera now. That's my dude, Tim Snow. Shout out to my homie Tim Snow. He lives in Galveston County. And I was like, hey, bro, I'm thinking about starting a podcast. What do you think? And he does a Texas prison story. He's like, yeah, bro, that'll be dope. You know what I'm saying? And he just straight up told me like get all the proper equipment that you needed, which I already had at the time. He was like, you basically got everything.
So you were getting ready to. He
tells me some real shit, and this is no homo, no homo. He goes, bro, you ain't a bad looking dude, bro. Get in front of that camera. He say, one thing people don't want to do is look at an ugly motherfucker on camera. So that's whatever. I was like, okay, bet I'm gonna get in front of the camera. And then basically I hit up Freak. I can't remember if I hit up Freak or Daddy Cree first. And I think I hit up fucking Freak first, and I was like, hey, bro, I'm thinking about doing a podcast. I told him my idea. I think I told him my first interview. I think I wanted to be Daddy Cree. He's like, hell yeah, I'm with it. And then I hit up Daddy Cree, and Daddy Cree was like, hell yeah, I'll be your first guest. And from Daddy Cree, that's when it kicked off. Started off with Daddy Cree. I want to say my second guest.
Wow.
This is still in the beginning stages, so I'm confused. I don't know if live. My whole plan, I didn't want to do nothing live. I wanted to do everything pre-recorded and break it down into parts.
Okay.
Vlad style.
Okay.
But it was like, bro, that shit take too much time. Fuck that. Nah, hell no. Sitting there, this is just wasting all this memory on my computer.
I got a gift for you, bro.
Oh, man. Man, he brought. Yes, man, that's what's up.
There you go.
Man.
See that right there?
Hell yeah. Man, appreciate you. Good looking. They've been asking for these too, man.
Hell yeah, bro. Get the name out there, bro.
For sure. Appreciate you.
Dude, that's what's up, man. Wow. So you never even consider, you were like, is this even a podcast? That's amazing.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, because the podcast I thought was just somebody just talking to a camera and stuff like that.
Well, starting off, to me, and no disrespect to people that are doing it that way, but I just didn't feel like, I just knew I could do better.
Right.
And I've just always been the type, how can I critique others and then not be on top of my game myself? Like, I'm telling these artists, if you want to make music in my store, to bring me your product professionally pressed up. So how am I going to be telling them you need to do your shit professional, but then I'm over here doing some shit not professional?
Wow.
So me, that was like, I got to do it professional. And even though those interviews that I did with Cantu and Meta were good interviews, they just went up to par with what I wanted. So like I said, we did the Daddy Cree one, we did the DJ Fame one, and my whole thing was to like try to interview like legendary, inspirational, like people in Corpus, club owners, bar owners, promoters, officials, anything, people that like NAACP people, NAACP people, like people that have made significant contributions to like the community. But I was also conflicted between, what do I want to smoke? Do I want to do a smoking show too? You know what I'm saying? So
wow.
after the DJ Fame one, it was like the next interview I want to say was like so far and few between. That's when I came up with the idea, and I hit up a couple of people. I was like, how about I just do like a news thing, and I just invite a couple of people to ask them to be hosts on the news, and we'll just cover like news topics every Monday.
Yeah.
That way I can have a show that's going every week.
Right.
So even maybe I only do one Ridin High with DJ Lil King interview once a month. I'll still have content coming every week because we have the news. Right. So that's whenever we brought the news, we started doing the news. I started with all the different hosts. Then I want to say the next show was Let's Chop It Up. That started with what's the hell's name? Shout out my homie Crash, GG Crash. He had hit me up. He was like, hey, we felt like we've been blackballed in the and gatekeeping and the Corpus music scene. So can we come on the podcast and talk about it?
Yeah.
And I was like,
oh wow.
I really didn't create the podcast for that.
Oh.
And that ain't really like news. So how about we just create a new show for y'all? So we literally created Let's Chop It Up.
Wow.
And Let's Chop It Up, we've already done now. I want to say Let's Chop It Up. We've done like 70 episodes of Let's Chop It Up.
Combined like what 300 or something like y'all got.
Me personally, dude. I was just checking the numbers the other day. Me personally, I've done like 40 Riding High with DJ Lil King interviews, and that's just me interviewing people by myself. Scoob has like 75 Off the Cush episodes.
Oh, yeah.
The Sports has like 65 sports episodes. Let's Chop It Up has like 70 Let's Chop It Up episodes. Daddy Cree, Man Look Show, and Trill Talk by Loud, those are fairly new shows, so they're probably reaching like 10 and 20 episodes.
Wow,
each.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Lee.
So we've had, it's almost like I said, like a network, bro. Like we've had shows that came and they didn't last, so we just replaced them with a different show. You know what I'm saying? So after the Let's Chop It Up, that's whenever I think we ended up doing like the Off the Cush. After the Off the Cush, that's whenever we end up doing like the Drew PM show, which he was doing like the conspiracies. We did like 6 episodes of that one. What other show? We started the Ron Hot concert series where I would have the rappers come in and do like the virtual performances. And then end up who was Daddy Cree came through with the Man Look show. He was doing Man Look on his own, but it was on a hiatus for a long time. And I kept on bugging him like, bro, you already down with the fucking podcast. Just bring the fucking show over here. Took him like a year, but we got the Man Look show over here.
A lot of wisdom, man.
Like a motherfucker.
Dude.
Then we got him over here. And then after that, it was we ended up getting Loudmouth over here. He was doing the Trill Talk show. He was doing it on his own. Freak ended up talking to him and shit. Next thing you know, Loud was down to become part of the team. So then we got Loud on the team.
That's awesome.
Trace Boogie. He was doing the Texas Takeover at Wild 105, the radio station, which was like a hip hop R&B based radio station here in Corpus Christi, where they end up changing their whole format and end up going like completely away from like hip hop, R&B, and pop. I want to say people that were working there, they all got new jobs and everything. So basically, Trey's show was just left with nowhere to go. And I basically said, hey, bro, let's just do what you're doing on the radio, but let's do it over here. And since we're doing it over here, we don't even have to keep it clean. And on the radio, they can only listen. We could do it over here, and they can listen, and they can see us.
Oh, my gosh, wow.
So we brought the Texas Takeover show that he was doing on Wild 105 over here. So now we're doing that live every couple of Sundays too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, so how much of an impact do you think podcasts have on the culture or just in general?
Man, they're beginning to have a lot more impact on the culture now. And I was just seeing the thing too on can't remember what platform it was on, but the dude was basically saying like rappers aren't really getting that many views now off of music.
Okay. Oh, shoot, for real.
They're getting out of their views by going on these different platforms and doing interviews and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how true that is, but that's what I saw that dude say on that platform.
Right. Yeah, for sure. What's something that people don't understand that goes on behind the scenes of a podcast, what it takes to run one? Because it seems like people just watch it and kind of really don't see what all it takes to keep on going. You know what I mean? To keep the network going.
It depends on what level that you're trying to do a podcast on, because you could just turn on your phone and press live on Facebook and have your homeboy sitting next to you and call that a podcast and shit. To me, that would be free.
Right.
But if you want to do a high production value podcast, it takes investment. You got to get you some microphones. You got to get you a good running laptop. You got to get you a nice camera, maybe even multiple cameras if you want to have multiple angles. Get you an audio interface. You know what I'm saying? If your microphone don't directly connect to your camera or your computer, then you got to get you a good audio interface. So thing is, if you just gotta, don't be cheap with this shit. Even with the rap shit, man, I think the podcast and the rap shit ties hand in hand, bro. Like the rapper doesn't necessarily have to invest into equipment, but you got to invest into your cameraman. You got to invest into your beats. You got to invest into shit, the engineering and all that. You got to invest into your wardrobe. The podcast people, we got to invest into our equipment.
Not only that, like social media and
social media also too. You got, if you want to stream the multiple platforms at once, you got to invest into like a restream or something like that, something that gives you multi-stream platform streaming at one time.
For sure, man. Those shorts are huge, I think.
And that's $20 a month. So are you ready to commit at minimum $240 a year to podcasting? At the minimum, are you willing to commit $240 a year?
Yeah.
And that's just for the program.
Yeah.
Now you still got to get your microphones, your cameras, and all that. You know what I'm saying? And you can get cheap equipment. I'm not saying all this equipment is expensive. Just depends on what your budget is. You can have a podcast budget of anywhere from $500 to $600 to $5,000 to $6,000.
Yeah,
maybe even $50,000 to $60,000. You know what I'm saying? But you could get you a good $500 setup that will work wonders. Shit.
Yeah, for sure, man.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely. And then, of course, like you got a lot of followers, and it's like, of course, you're gonna get those people that hate on you or whatever and stuff like that. How do you find yourself going about? I guess like not dealing with those people, but just like not having to defend yourself, because I feel like we don't have to defend ourselves because we're doing what we want to do.
That's probably one of my flaws, because. And they always tell me that in the group chat that we have, bro. Like, just leave that shit alone, bro. Like, we're bigger than that shit, bro. Bro, I grew up like, fuck that. Like, I want to call out everything I see.
Right.
Motherfucking shoe might not even be for me, but fuck, if it look like it's my size, I'm gonna try it on.
Damn.
And maybe that's one of my flaws. Like, and I admit that's something I need to fall back from, because it's like, not that I find myself in a bunch of bullshit behind shit like that, but it's just more or less like I'm in a position now where that's just what comes with the territory.
Yeah, exactly.
And instead of me just trying to address every little fucking thing I see on Facebook, Instagram, or whatever platform it is, on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? You see a hater comment on YouTube, you want to quick, you know what I'm saying, to say something like, bro, and all that at the same time, all it does is make the algorithm go your way.
Wow. So everything you've been doing, the DJing, the podcast, the network, and all this stuff, did you ever feel like this is always where you were headed?
Never did I ever thought I would be doing a damn podcast. So I have to give shout outs to like some of the influences, man. Definitely. A lot of people don't fuck with him. I don't really watch him too much, but definitely Adam 22 of No Jumper. He was definitely watching No Jumper, and the No Jumper platform in general was definitely a big influence to the Ridin podcast.
Wow.
By seeing them have like the different shows, and by seeing them letting Adam wasn't interviewing everybody that came through. He sometimes would let different hosts interview. It would be a big guest, but he still would let the other hosts interview him type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Straight up, shout out to No Jumper.
Wow.
Donnie Houston, probably my number one influence, man, to see what he did for the city of Houston and how he documented the city of Houston rap culture, literally like step by step. That definitely influenced me to want to document my city's rap culture. And man, shout out to Donnie Houston. He definitely probably like the number one influence I had in the podcast game.
Wow.
From seeing him getting the stories. Because a lot of the podcasts, bro, a lot of these podcasts, they get people on the podcast and they don't ask them nothing about their life. A lot of these podcasts get people on there and they're asking them about other people.
Oh, shoot.
So watching Donnie, he was going to get your life from the beginning to where you're at now in chronological order.
Oh, dude, I can see that in your interview style.
You know what I'm saying?
Big time. Yeah.
Straight up.
See that.
You know what I'm saying? So I've always been real big on let's get it in chronological order. Let's not jump all over here.
Yeah.
And then jump whenever you 30 and then go back to when you're 17, and now we're jumping to when you're 27. Now we're going back to when you're 21. Let's try to keep it all in chronological order.
Wow, crazy.
So definitely got part of that from Donnie Houston. Big shout out to Donnie Houston and Donnie Houston podcast.
Yeah,
man.
Dude. Yeah, I see that in your interview style, and I like it because it's like you're saying, it's a chronological order.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, let's go back to this and get this out of the way first.
Yeah, for sure.
Before we keep going. Yeah,
for
definitely,
sure.
Man. What do you want people to feel when they hear the Ridin High name 10 years from now?
Man, the same thing the way people feel whenever the plug was only open for like a year, maybe 16 months.
Yeah.
The plug been done for 10 years and people still know that name, the plug.
Wow.
Like literally, people still call me to this day, what up, plug? What up, plug? And I'm like, bro, I ain't done the plug in like 9-10 years, bro. And y'all still call me that. That's crazy. But to me, like, that just showed the impact that we left on the, even though it was only a short amount of time, we left a huge impact. And with this Ridin High, no disrespect to anything that me and B did with the plug, but I feel like the impact that we're leaving with Ridin High is a bigger impact. Maybe not a big, I would say is maybe equal. Because back then, the impact that we were giving was we were paying people. People were leaving with money. People were leaving with feeling good. Like, I'm a fucking rapper.
Wow.
I'm walking out of the Trade Center like, I just made fucking $50 off of my music. Like,
wow.
I'm a fucking rapper. So I don't know if that can ever be matched. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, with the podcast thing, man, to be able to have these stories documented, that's what changes the game. There's only few photos and videos from the plug. Everything that we've done on the Ridin High podcast is available on YouTube right now at Ridin High Podcast.
Wow.
From the first ever interview to the last one that we just did last week.
Wow, man.
So that's the difference, I think, in the impact that is leaving. So until YouTube gets shut down, until our account gets permanently banned, which I hope that never happens, you know what I'm saying? Like, that content is going to be there.
Wow.
So I think that's the impact that lasts, that the impact that we, like, you could go to, there's an Instagram page for the plug and there's some photos, there's some videos on there, but it doesn't capture the whole essence. A lot of people would come to the plug just to freestyle. You know what I'm saying? So I posted a video on like a week or two ago. I posted a video of Daddy Cree and Paper Chase. They were freestyling at the plug.
Wow. Yes.
There's probably like 30 more videos of those type of scenarios floating around that I have no access to.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it seems to me that, and you said it earlier about people left knowing that they made money. So it's like how a person feels. Like you want to invoke that feeling
exactly
in the people with your brand or what you're working with, right?
For sure.
Wow, it's amazing.
For sure.
Create a culture in itself, man.
For sure. And I think we definitely created a culture, bro, with like between all the different
most definitely
people that if we put together on the team, you know what I'm saying, man, it'd be too many people to try to name between all the different shows that we have. Like, so man, shout out to everybody, because everybody could have done these shows on their own. They didn't have to come under the platform. So shout out to everybody that brought their show to the Ridin High podcast, man. Definitely appreciate all y'all.
Yeah, man. And I can attest, like, I remember hearing one of your episodes before I came back to doing my podcast. And I was listening to it. I was like, dude, they're talking like me. They're like, this is where I live in this area. They're talking like, and it was so like cool because I was like, damn, they're like me, dude.
Yeah.
You know, and I felt that. And I was like, dude, and it kind of inspired me to want to keep doing mine, you know what I mean?
For sure.
I had started a while back, but I was like, dang, this is a culture right here. And my take on it is different from y'all's take, you know what I mean?
For sure.
And I don't see any problem with us.
Well, my whole thing is
also
like being transparent with everything too. Like, somebody want to know what it costs to start a podcast. And that's why I tell people whenever I have guests, and I don't know, maybe people like it or maybe people don't, but like I've interviewed people that like had music videos like in 2005, 2006. And I'll ask them like, hey, what did that music video cost you? Because I want the viewer to know this dude paid $10,000 for that video in 2005. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want the people to be transparent, and it's not even to be bragging or nothing like that. I just want people to know what this costs. So you came in here today and you told me straight up what this camera costs. I don't know if you want me to let the people know, but he's using this badass camera, bro. And I literally asked him what the camera cost, and he told me straight up what the price was. Like, there's so much, I ain't gonna say gatekeeping, but a lot of people don't want to give you the game because they feel like you're gonna get the game and take it further than they are.
No, shoot.
So for the people that aren't like that, we have to salute them. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I know, like, with the podcast, shout out to you, shout out to Fat Man the Boss, Sit Down with the Boss podcast, El Voyo podcast. Like, bro, like, we've all done each other's podcasts. Like, we've never hated on each other's podcasts. It's been all love. Anytime anyone has ever asked anybody to come on their platform, it's always been open arms and welcome opportunities. Yeah. Straight up.
Yeah, man, definitely. That's interesting how you want to be transparent with, because art is basically free nowadays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And long are the times past where they actually paid for art.
Yeah.
They still do, but it seems like it's not.
Well, I want the inspiring. You know? So say you're interviewing me and I'm a rapper. Or let's just say, okay, you're interviewing me right now and I'm a DJ. Mm-hmm. You're a dude that's watching this show right now and you're aspiring to be a DJ, but you don't know what it costs to get in the game. So let me tell you exactly what it's going to cost you. You could go get you a little Pioneer DDJ S. I can't even remember what it's called, but a little baby Pioneer controller that probably starts off at like $250. Now, if you really got a good budget, you could go get you a big boy Pioneer DDJ SX2. They probably had SX3 now. That's going to cost you about $1,500. Now, and that's professional grade, club level. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you really want to step your game up, they got like the state-of-the-art Pioneer. The Pioneer Rev 7. That one got the mobile turntables and everything. And I want to say that one is $2,500.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm real big. I hate when people like try to like, I can't tell you how much I pay for that.
Yeah, dude. I started with this MacBook, right? I was doing the camera on this one.
Yeah.
Because I left Dusty's studio. I mean, I still do Dusty's studio, but I wanted to do it out. Obviously, for financial reasons, a little less cheap. But I figured I invest in the camera, the stuff right now. Because that camera was like almost like $600-700, bro. It's a Sony ZVE 10. Made for this type of stuff, man. But and it's like invest in that for now, and then that way I won't have to keep making those monthly every time I need to go into studio.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
I got it there, so definitely, man. Dude, thanks a lot, King, for coming on the show, man, and letting us come on to this place, bro. Is there anything you want to share?
Man, Ridin High Podcast, man. Y'all make sure y'all check out all the shows. Matter of fact, I got a film in like an hour. I got Loud with Trill Talk coming through. He got a guest coming through. I can't exactly remember her name, but they will be going on about 9:45. So y'all tune into that. Man, we still got the Ridin High concert series. Man, we got the Trill Talk with Loud. Ridin High News. We just missed it this past Monday. A lot of people was busy, but we still do the Ridin High News. I just did an interview not this past Sunday, but 2 Sundays ago. You know what I'm saying? 3D the Mobster. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go look at that one. You know what I'm saying? So y'all just be on the lookout for everything we got going. Oh, Smoke Walk. Man, it's like we were talking about Smoke Walk earlier and get to talk about that so much. So Smoke Walk was a thing that we came up with because everybody always asks, bro, what is Smoke Walk?
We're going to clip this too,
So I'm going to tell y'all what Smoke Walk is for everybody that always asks. Smoke Walk is an event that we does that coincides with the Art Walk on the same day, but it has no affiliation with the Art Walk. And don't quote me, but if I'm not mistaken, QBR used to have a booth inside of inside of Art Walk. But basically, Art Walk didn't want to have nothing to do with that type of culture no more. So they didn't want to allow QBR to have their booth inside of the Art Walk. So QBR and Block Bleeders, Skateboarding Universal, Public Zoo, and Ridin High Podcast, we all came up with the idea to do the Smoke Walk, which, like I said, would coincide with the Art Walk, but we would also have vendors out there. We would have live painting. We would have acts, we would have DJs, and we would just be doing our thing out there, basically coinciding with the Art Walk, but in our own little parking lot. And from the first month that we did it, it was real small till, man, we're about to have our 2-year anniversary actually this Friday. Today's what, Tuesday? So this Friday, March 6th, Smoke Walk, 2-year anniversary, man. Y'all come out to that 7 to 10 p.m. at 523 Taylor Street, QBR. You know what I'm saying? We'll be downtown Corpus, you know what I'm saying, for the Smoke Walk.
Yes, sir. Across from the old Collar Times.
Yeah, across from the Collar Times. It's still the Collar Times, if I ain't mistaken. Yeah, it's still the Collar Times. Wow. They just, I don't know if they do print no more, but they still the Collar Times. Don't park at the Collar Times. If you don't want to get told, don't park at the Collar Times. I'll tell you that.
Rapid fire before we go, bro. One Corpus Christi restaurant you take a first-time visitor.
Corpus restaurant, I'll take a first-time visitor. I'm going to give you 2. I'm going to give you Red Boat and Pompanos. Pompanos or whatever that place called.
Where's Red Boat? A song that defined your era coming up.
For some reason, this song is in my head right now. It's hard to think when your mind goes blank.
Yeah.
You just can't think when your mind goes blank. And that's
bro. Yep. I remember that song for sure.
Already.
Definitely. One thing about Corpus Christi that people always get wrong.
That it's the home of Selena. Selena came here from Lake Jackson, Texas. You know what I'm saying? And give you a quick fact. My grandpa was Selena's 8th grade history teacher at West Oso Junior High School.
Hey, shout out to Edward King, bro.
Yes, sir. R.I.P. to my grandfather. R.I.P. to my grandma, too.
Hey, man, awesome. One piece of advice you'd give young Lil King. Wait, where'd you get that name? Can you tell me about your name? Well, I know King is your grandfather's name.
Okay, yeah. Whenever I was young, even though I didn't go to West Oso as a youngster, I would always, my grandpa was real big into like West Oso's athletics. So he would always take us to the West Oso basketball games. So I'm like in 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade going to these West Oso basketball games with my grandfather. And nobody knows my name because I don't go to none of the West Oso schools. So they just call me Lil King. So as time went by, I'm like in 6th, 7th, 8th grade. By the time 9th grade comes around, all the juniors and seniors at the high school know me because that's where my grandpa was teaching at the time. So when I become a freshman, they still don't know my name. So they just literally call me Lil King.
Wow.
So the name Lil King just stuck with me because just from running with my grandpa, from being at all the basketball games and West Oso football games with my grandfather, nobody knew my name. They would just call me Lil King. So one time I got to the high school, all my grandpa's students, a lot of those people that my grandpa taught, they didn't know my name. So they would just, they were just used to seeing me with my grandfather. So they just call me Lil King.
Man, that's a dope name, dude.
For sure.
King is
appreciate you.
awesome, man. So what's one piece of advice you'd give your younger self?
Man, stick to the plan. Stick to the plan, and I don't know, maybe this is a bad piece of advice, but to me, if you got a plan, try to do it by yourself. If you need help with it, yeah, you need help, but it's easier to do stuff by yourself than it is to do with a partner or various partners.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I think that was the biggest downfall that we had with the plug. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to make decisions when it comes to buying merchandise and buying this. Basically, 2 people have to say yes instead of one. You know what I'm saying? It's just 1 and 1. Then how do we figure that out? We didn't have a third party. You know what I'm saying? And then when you got a third party, then it starts feeling like, well, damn, it's 2 against 1. Like, So that's why every business venture that I've went into after the plug was basically just something I did on my own.
Yeah, I agree to that, man. That's really good advice. There's a saying, it goes, the only ship that doesn't sail is a partnership.
Already.
Except like in marriage or
already. And that shit fucks up a lot of friendships too, bro. Straight up partnerships with your friends and homies, and it sounds super fucking good, but it fucks up friendships.
I definitely.
Me and B are still cool. Don't get me wrong. We still fucking super cool as fuck though. So straight up, shout out to him, man. He over there cutting hair and shit.
Well, DJ King, man, thanks a lot for bringing.
Already appreciate you having me. Appreciate you coming through to the Ridin High Studios, man.
Ridin High Studios, bro. You guys give them a follow at Ridin High everywhere.
At Ridin High Podcast on every platform: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and that's all we on right now. Oh, Kick too.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Thanks a lot for joining. Stay tuned for the next episode, Corpus Christi Originals, and tune into Ridin High, you guys. Thanks a lot.
Hey, follow me at _DJ Lil King. Corpus Christi Originals, we out this thing, man.
Later.